Итак, мы с вами возвращаемся в Not for Broadcast. Сейчас я кое-что чекну и развела на этот раз дорожки. Развела, потому что этот раз у меня нету телефона, с которого я записываю, потому что мне очень лень краситься. Вот. Поэтому очень важно, чтобы звук нормально записался, иначе это будет и большая проблема. Как вы заметили, я уже сказала, у меня нету сейчас камеры, потому что мне очень лень краситься. Записывать надо. Но зато эта серия выйдет по изоляции. По таймингу. В воскресенье. Неужели? Корона, что ли, опять началась? Алекс, слава богу, ты жив. Это Дженни, администратор. Ты в порядке? Алекс, нужно собраться. Посмотри на экран эфира. А что на него смотреть? Сейчас. Просто посмотри, там все, что выпускали в эфир, когда ты отруби. Все исправь. Давай, посмотри налево в окно. Видишь, они повсюду, эти твари. Тебе нужно полный заряд, чтобы убрать всех. Зажми большую кнопку, пока заряд не наберется, а потом отпусти ее, чтобы жахнуть. Что происходит? Ты пьяный? Прекрасно, Алекс, мы снова в эфире. Они, наверное, все восстановили, пока что. Ты спал. Чтобы прибить одну, достаточно просто нажать на кнопку. Смотри вон там. Сшиби ее, пока она не испортится на передачу сигнала. Отлично. Вроде бы это была последняя. Пока что. Так, сейчас перерыв на минуту. Подготовь рекламу. Я разберусь. С этим Кристиной ничего случайно внимания. Ты слышишь, если они полезут на вышку, не давай им подниматься. А как я это услышу? Вредное размышление. Блин, тут нету... Тут нету моей этой... Тут, к сожалению, нету этой, той, которая мне нужна. Которая моя корпорация. Пока мне начинать? Я не помню. Ну, они вроде о своем чем-то говорят, да?
Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Да, они о своем говорят. А как не понимать, что они лезут? Надо посматривать на периодически.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefuck? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehug's toys woke up simultaneously
Почему ты уже ругается? Что за
searching for
кошмар?
their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs were so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that Cat Flap is taped up.
Если вам интересно.
Armed with blunt weapons, the Mrs. Snugglehugs are only ankle height and therefore able to be kicked away easily.
Это очень жуткая игрушка, я такую не купила. Хотя я люблю мягкие игрушки.
Pose a particular risk to the elderly or those with pre-existing medical conditions like fatal bruise syndrome.
Going stir crazy with signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model trains that occupy so much time in the Donaldson
поняла,
household.
как слышать.
With dating options limited, many house sharers, in particular students, are finding solace in co-tenants they'd previously rejected as unfuckable, indulging in an activity that has become known as snuggle tugging.
Going it alone. Popular creation Johnny Hamsleeves is back in the news today.
Они здесь не так часто будут
That he
ездить.
leaked himself shows exactly how he's been spending his lockdown.
It seems that when the lockdown was announced, Johnny's long-term partner, Tiffany Lamour, was busy in the capital preparing her new show, Chocolate Clit Bombs, for its now postponed grand opening. Let's hope the exhibits don't melt.
Being locked in alone seems to have made poor Johnny realise the empty pointlessness of the professional sportsman's existence. A life that, while no longer bringing great wealth, still offers vacuous conversation.
Как будто бы раньше я хорошо справлялась, что они каждый раз что-то добавляют. Мне кажется, скоро мы просто эфир не сможем провести.
The shape of things to come, In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
А кто это вообще лезет, я
Many
не
of the
понимаю.
Svorsborgen Horgensbrood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public
Это пряни
imagination.
или кто?
With a recent vote naming Helvetica Svorsborgen Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Greetings from Dante's Tate, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you. I don't know what a Mrs. Pluckless Plug is, but they sound like they're
Очень
causing you guys real
странное
problems.
что-то
We've
происходит.
been
Я
trapped
вообще
down here for
счастливые грибы.
8,961 days now, and all I can say is I sure am glad Mum and Dad chose not to get on that escape craft. They grew me and the rest of the family.
Я просто не знаю, что будет в следующем эфире. Мы будем от пришельцев еще параллельно отстреливаться или что?
Also, it turns out, at push, you can eat flags. If you can handle the stomach cramps and the amnesia. Greetings from
Вы
Dante's
долго еще
Tate,
лезть будете.
or as we say
Может
down
этим
here in
кто-нибудь
the
еще
family,
заниматься?
many mushrooms to you.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
The quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a measurable effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
Я вообще потеряла
Yes, I've said
связь,
that
что
many
происходит
times.
тут. Типа,
Papers, please.
все
With the
было...
lockdown becoming ever more
всё было
rigorously
хорошо,
enforced,
и тут
having a
начались
passport is
какие-то-
becoming increasingly important, Alex.
the government caused
тут начинается
controversy
что-то
today
вообще
by announcing
непонятное.
a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
The international community have been critical of Advance's decision to begin branding those found to be abetting passport fraudsters. The red hot metal may
Ой,
seem painful,
это ж знаешь,
but
что
I'm
ли
told
могут?
it's actually
Это мне не
preferable to most
нравится.
music currently in the charts.
Я не хочу, чтобы склеймили.
And Advance speaks out.
Пусть, значит,
With the
докажут,
slow
что мы в
struggle
чем-то
proving a
участвовали. Мы
test
ни
to
в чем не
governments
участвовали.
around
Мы
the
вон
world.
этих пряний
Advance
сбиваем
HQ
с
released a curious statement
антенны.
this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they
Давайте
have
вот этого
been
мужичка.
listening, and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget, how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Ой, зря я его включил, он же сейчас материться будет. Это же... Ох, я забыла, что он матерится постоянно.
So, the other night I were at my local park for research purposes, and there were a bunch of lads
Ну, я надеюсь,
having
он
a
сейчас
kick
не будет
about
материться
without a
тут. Он,
care
типа,
in
все-таки
the world. And not
дома, в
only
нормальных
did they
условиях, без
refuse
стресса.
to let me join in, they wouldn't even let me have a swig of their white stripe. Laughing and joking they were, like there weren't a national crisis on, until one of them little pink demons followed them home and kicked the shit out of their nan. So,
Я явно не
I've
того
got two
выбрала.
things to say to you young
Но пока он еще неплохо держится.
One, stay at home. It's not
Там ничего
for
не
you.
пропустил вроде.
It's to protect your Aunt Mabel and Bill next door. And two, always,
Я думала, его
always
фотку
share your
просто
booze with
покажут,
the Prime
и не
Minister.
будет он говорить.
As the old man used to say, there's only two type of folk. Them who will help you across the road with the shopping, and them who will kick you in the fanny and nick your macaroni. So don't be a pasta snatcher. Stay at home. Have a brandy. And this will be all over before you know it.
Это
Thank you.
очень специфичная философия от него, ну да ладно.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter Patrick Bannon, while I check in with two friends of the programme who find themselves stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing
О,
more
викторина,
important
будем
going
играть в
on that
викторину,
you
буду
might
с вами
like to report
угадывать.
on if you were saying a news program.
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Rimington.
А
how
они
such a
в
trusted
карантине
brand
вот из-за
could
этих,
make
которые
such a
лазят?
terrible
Или кто это
manufacturing
вообще?
mistake.
With what it describes here as help from popular psychic scientist Delia Lionel.
Oh, I like her.
You don't, why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's...
National Nightly News.
Ну, там чуть-чуть его срезал, ну да ладно, не страшно. Когда они не перестанут есть. Ой, самолет куда-нибудь летит.
get here?
Ух, еле
Where are we
успела.
going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield, Milkirky is the CEO of Rimington's Fist, internationally respected business Svengali, Sophia Rimington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of your work.
And from a crystal healing
Я надеюсь, сейчас никто
laboratory, what I
материться не
assume is a
будет.
garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned psychic scientist, Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry, us?
Myself and the eminent professors.
You know what you call the voices in your head?
I've always seemed to attract dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money?
They express themselves to me through ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions. It's all very technical.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hugs range...
Подождите, а разве можно, типа, высмеивать гостей? Или нельзя?
Won't it?
Well, of course, that's one world record we would never have sought to claim.
What can you say at a time like this?
There is only one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From everyone here at Rimington's Fist, but especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys, we are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love
Это у нее
has
что-то
such
звенит, у меня
unforeseen
какой-то...
consequences?
Mary Shelley?
We see you, Sophia Rimington. You are preening by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you will see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete. I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop when he made the first dancing hangman toy. He put it by my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little execution as it wiggle and wave his tiny noose and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them, on the quiet, obviously. And he used the money he made to found Rimming Toys.
Я вот не знаю, мне тут надо планы менять или нет.
Это
её занято где?
That is Rimington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy along the way. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco factory.
Покажем, что она грустит.
But we never lost his spirit of invention.
Yes, I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. The passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why I'm here today. To tell you about a brand new product we're launching simultaneously around the world from midnight tonight.
Так, она тут что-то паникует.
Science! Science! We hear its song on the breeze, its breath on the
У меня проблема, у меня в чайке он травяной, тут части и тут
Don't
части
keep us in suspense any longer.
этих
Won't be my feature.
растения,
Next.
Rimington's Fist is proud to present
и они мне в
Snuggle
рот попадают.
Traps. Safety and security in these dangerous times. Each box of snuggle traps contains 8 devices.
Куда же вы
all
ползете
guaranteed
постоянно?
to
Сколько
stop
вас
and
еще
nick a snuggle
будет?
hug in its tracks. That's enough for
Я ж только забила.
1 or 4 window boxes. And you want to know the best thing? They're only $129.99 a box. Now that is affordable peace of mind.
We
Ну, что
see
там
you,
записала?
Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about snuggle traps is they're powered by next generation
Она очень возмущена.
platinum batteries. So, however long the enemy lasts, these traps will outlast them.
We see you.
Смотрите, как она заинтересована.
You are screaming and yelling. Your friends are crying. They fear you. And then you're gone.
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think it's more concerned. I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break, these appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Aren't they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys. But they're explosive fun.
Sophia Rimington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages.
Так, ладно. Вроде у нас вообще все должно быть тут идеально. Вы прям молодцы сейчас были.
Seems very nice, that young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my skeptical arsehole.
Дэйв, дружище, это Дэйв. Ни за что не угадаешь. Я возвращаюсь назад. Слушай, я перезвоню тебе в следующий перерыв. Мы поговорим, как мне вернуться на работу. А я-то тут при чем? Ты там потусил, вот и туси дальше. Я-то тут при чем? Ко мне ты что пристаешь? Я работаю. Хотя ты можешь быть моим помощником и нажимать на эту кнопку. Вообще, можешь быть моим помощником, на все нажимать, а я буду получать от тебя деньги. О, я помню этого мужичка. Он там что-то с книгой выступал.
He must know, he's not stupid. I just don't want it getting back to him that it came from us. Hey, no, Jenny. You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together. What's going on? I've made the cake, you're on the balloons. Got no idea how old he is. Okay, 17. Yeah, ready. Okay, coming back. In 5, 4, 3... Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Roof. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what
А, подожди, мы что, им типа даже не дома, им просто нельзя выходить из места, где их застала самоизоляция? Это вообще жестко. А если в магазине где-нибудь?
notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
Exactly. My tour has been cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund every
Вот это я понимаю проблему у человека. Прям его искренне жаль.
Yeah. People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to
Подожди, а мы на самоизоляции, что ли, на работе или где?
The crisis claims yet another victim.
Ну, они вроде дома
Just a
сидят.
reminder that my book, Alan James's Reich, is
Они в
now
студии.
available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has
Ну, у них,
skyrocketed.
я так понимаю, какая-то версия своей короны. Слушай, тут недавно выходило какое-то обновление, может, это с обновлением завезли, но я вроде в приложении играю. Не знаю. Я просто видела, что она опять обновлялась. Кстати, странно, игра уже старая, она все обновляется и обновляется. Хорошо, что игра до сих пор поддерживается.
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but
Did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot of people. And this is no different. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
she's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit.
Well, then I must be wrong.
Блин, я
And
нечаянно
counting your
пропустила.
statement that these toys aren't dangerous.
Ну, я надеюсь, это не сильно
People are
все
saying they're
испортит.
just like normal toys.
Я что-то
And
просто
that
руку
simply
брала от
isn't
мышки,
true.
и я забыла, что на пробел еще можно
Corrupt
нажать.
media lies.
And Katie, how do you respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be dangerous after all?
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs.
Ой, а кто это
Snugglehugs
пришел?
situation will all
А,
blow over, but it won't.
вот это я
Yes, right,
понимаю.
exactly. We need decisive action from the government. We need
Да,
huge
они все дома
financial
сидят.
support to protect
А мы-
our workers and our businesses.
А что сейчас
We need to
произошло?
support the vulnerable and
А, ой, я вообще не то
That's
показываю.
exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare.
Я что-то засмотрелась на то, как он
And
ест, и
begin
так интересно
sacrificing
было.
our firstborns, or to push a beloved family pet.
Ладно, ладно,
Absolutely, Alan.
чуть-чуть
If
есть
we can all
проблемки.
successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
luckily over the past few years under advance, they've invested heavily into health. So the system can actually
А
bear the
я вот
strain.
раздумала о том, что если мы сидим на работе, как мы тут сидим, если самоизоляция у всех такая, что даже люди домой не могут.
Will you just stop for 5 fucking seconds?
The global alliance of fish people are amassing an army. Amassing an army to kidnap us.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
But I the I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend.
Какая драма. Что опять не так?
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yes,
Чего меня
stop
сейчас
lying,
сняли? За
Alan.
что?
Not lying. You are.
Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James.
Alan, you know what
Katie
they say about
Brightman, thank you
snitches,
for
Alan?
joining
I'm
me.
getting my...
Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's
romantic.
leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate.
Эх,
which will
жалко
continue
Джереми.
to the
О чем
national
он говорит?
conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Это же вроде это какой-то задник искусственный. Это вроде типа зеленки, плоские же дома.
Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and
Он в
can you tell us what
помещении,
it's
там
like
есть
out there?
эхо.
Yep, I can. It's,
Меня не
as
обмануть.
you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. But my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising journalist before his full potential is even realised? Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Well, that's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me
Это
PPE,
игрушки
so I've been
восстали.
forced to improvise.
Понятно.
In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside.
Да он дома
following
находится, там
government
эхо
advice
же
and not putting
есть.
themselves at
Он в
any
ангаре
risk at
каком-то.
all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
Mm-hmm. And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you, actually, Jeremy, there.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on? I'm just looking for a sign. There it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign. It says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh yeah, that is like that's strange. That's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine. I'm not on Bannon Avenue. I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom technically, but you know, I couldn't face it, to be honest, mate. It's you know, it's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
Can you hear that sound? What the hell's that?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit, fucking, listen to me, you bastards! If you're out there, just piss off, you little fucking snuggle fuck!
Ты что ж так ругаешься-то? Подумал бы обо мне. Сам халтуришь, а мне еще типа за тебя отдуваться.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off.
Стоит, наверное, показать, что-нибудь интересное.
What are you
Все,
saying,
делаем
Patrick?
контент, делаем контент.
Thank you, Patrick, for that report, showing the nation, and more importantly, management, just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be hoping to take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this.
Ох, все.
You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered. Yes, to Bannon Avenue.
Эй, дружище, это Дэйв, тут все плохо, не могу вернуться. Хотя лучше, чем у тебя. Кажется, одна пробралась в студию. Просто ударь по башке. Чё? Если полез, здесь тоже не все радужно. Они влезли на корабль, капитана убили. И Крока, что печально. И ром кончился. Не думаю, что успею протрезветь или доплыть. До материка. Будь у меня жена, я бы попросил тебя передать, что я ее люблю, но... Если честно, я свою жизнь, ну, я хотела бы хотя бы не заперти. В смысле одна в студии? Чем мне ее ударить? У меня ничего нет.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to.
Что
I don't have
происходит?
to. No, you're being a child. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not, I'm not, I'm
Не,
not, I'm
если мы
not.
вообще Эйку получим, это будет просто подвиг.
No, oh. 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway. We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even though some people felt it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute
А, это,
nonsense,
по-моему, вот этот игрок
other
был, который
more
был
important people
на этом, на...
overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win and who will National Nightly lose. Fuck off, Jenny! So, how do we play? Well, joining me is a man who knows all about playing. It's
Да,
Tommy
да, это тот,
Harris.
который играл, где
Hello,
все
Tommy.
выиграли.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah. I think I heard about that actually. Yeah.
You're in
Ой,
bed,
это
Tommy.
чисто я.
You called during nap time, so.
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty simple, Jeremy. You sausage. I'm gonna ask contestants from around the territory 3 questions about what else. Yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
Oh.
Thank you. This
Что происходит?
Well then. Prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once in a lifetime
Блин.
prize, Jimmy?
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just
Да уйди ты.
I love you. Both of you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well, what can I say? My name is Angie. Always has been. I'm a human woman. And my
Просто
gender
кошмар
hygiene
какой.
has been described as acceptable.
Brilliant! Right, well, shall we get this shambles underway?
Absolutely, John. Can I get 30
Мне кажется, я
seconds
очень
on the
хорошо
clock,
провела
please?
все, если типа для
haven't got a
того
clock.
I did ask
беспредела.
for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. The time starts. No, now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
The 13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct.
Уйди.
Question 2. What? I said, what is my favorite color?
Crushed praline 4.
Correct.
Я тоже
Colour
хочу
of my
такие,
nipples.
типа,
And finally,
проводить.
Angie dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable. That is correct. Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got every single question right. Which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we have another contestant on the line at Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you are, Tommy. Mwah.
Let me guess, you reckon
Я тоже
Sophie
хочу,
can
типа, ребят, когда... Я тоже буду проводить такие викторины на канале, мне все нравится. Подавайте заявки на
It certainly
викторину.
wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well, if you must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I represent the likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie
Уже
Carpet.
полчаса мы записываемся, а так быстро время тут идет.
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas, but they won't get me that easily.
Не, она прикольная, мне нравится.
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts.
Короче, кидайте заявки на прохождение такой викторины обо мне.
Wow, that certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We've got time, we've got time.
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold. That's all right, don't worry.
My stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
People still let you near their children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Absolutely dying to.
Right, so, what do kids love?
Timely child support payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
I think yes. I think so, yes.
Знаете, на кого же похож? Он похож на актера, который играл в Страже Галактики этого Звездного Лорда. Это не он? Малоизвестная работа.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does. Yes. He's a porcupine. How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Oh, the bear!
Oh, yes. Right. This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear, because all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise old octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No,
Вот это повороты.
Mr. Bear,
Вот это сюжет.
don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have
Его тоже, по-моему, очень вдохновило.
and these dreams."
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need to do.
А это точно викторина?
Says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
Что происходит? А вот ты.
Happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Вот я посмотрела.
You really have taken yourself to new depths.
Уйди
So what do you
отсюда.
want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, how does it end? we need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
And Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen.
Вот это вот сказки, которые я буду читать своим детям.
Becomes a bear maths
Вот это я понимаю.
We end on a big musical number. Oh, there's dancing. It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
Yeah, you know, I might be able to... Hang on, can we get Angie back?
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Что происходит вообще?
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted. At all.
Right.
I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to endure.
You turn this shitting thing... Well, there's all sorts of creatures down on Dangly Doodle Farm. Like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow, they're always in good moods. But that's 'cause they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house. Ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports. Now he's an alcoholic
диджей, по-моему.
Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire.
Я говорю, от этих эфиров, мне кажется, должна начинаться эпилепсия. Ну вот так легче всего ритм ловить, когда быстро нажимаешь. Я его что потерял.
Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never win an Oscar.
Я просто нечего говорить всю серию, как бы. Мне вот нравится эта игра тем, что, знаете, она сама за себя говорит, как бы. Тут мне его участие не нужно. Вы просто сидите, молчите и... Ну, я не знаю, что мы за эфир получим, у нас было не так плохо, мне кажется. Как мы... Типа, если нам сейчас опять баллы понизили, я буду опять в шоке. Смотрите, у нас зрителей почти максимальное количество.
That's where your dreams go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be singing that tomorrow morning. That's it from us for tonight.
Что это такое?
Many thanks to all our guests. I look forward to seeing them all again. Eventually.
А что это
But
такое?
before we go, Alex, I wondered if I might have a word. You see, I've had my eye on you, friend, and I've got to say I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You keep letting me
Чего это
down,
происходит?
chum. Playing it
С кем
safe.
она говорит? С каким Алексом она
Making the
говорит?
dull, boring choices, failing to assert yourself. No one likes a pushover, Alex.
Кто такой Алекс?
And frankly, chum, you're acting like a bit of a wimp. Alex, will you give away your passport so my super rich sibling can abandon us all? Sure. Here it is. Pathetic.
Кто такой Алекс? С кем она говорит? Ой, так, ты
Sure,
тут.
Susie. We can always eat your grandma when we run out of food. Wouldn't it have felt better to take
Она с бывшим говорит или с кем? Я просто не знаю, кто такой Алекс. Нам это точно можно показывать по эфиру? Но она, короче, кидает какие-то претензии бывшему, то, что он ничего не делал, то, что он вообще безответственный, и смотри, кого ты потерял.
Look, far be it from me to try and lead you down the dark pathway, although sort of is my whole raison d'etre. But imagine, just for a moment, that none of this was real. It was just some stupid game where you could just do it all over again if it all went wrong. Imagine if Sam and Charlie and Susie were just...
она с нами говорит, мы Алекс. Представить, что если просто вся наша семья это просто герои?
Just being bad, you know.
Подожди, а мы с ней встречались или что?
My name's Megan Wolf. Have an evil night.
Мы с ней...
Jen, I'm just gonna go smoke. Okay, can you get Rosamund on the phone?
Она просто говорила, что типа представь, что это все игра, что все это типа твоя семья, все это просто герои. Мы с ней... Мы Алекс. Я просто не поняла. Мы типа с ней того что-то. Нас Алика зовут, мы вообще Лег. Ну, нечаянно про микрофон, здесь этого не было слышно. Дженни, Алекс, очнись, Алекс, просыпайся, ау. Ну уже давай, Алекс, очнись, Дэйв. Эй, очнись, приятель, Алекс, давай, ну очнись, давай, слышишь? Очнись. У нас вырубило? Вот что происходит. Почему нас вырубило? Я вообще не понимаю, что происходит. Мы же всех отбили. Ладно, ну це мы там чуть-чуть было. А что с нами происходит? Ладно, на этом все. Это как-то очень долго, сегодня эфир шел 42 минуты. Обычно они идут минут 20, и как бы еще плюс текст. Сегодня мы без текста, ну ладно. Короче, что-то происходило, нас что ли вырубило, мы что-то сознание потеряли, у нас в голове что ли происходило, потому что, происходило что-то вообще неадекватно, особенно. Я вообще не поняла, как с этой ведущей связано, почему она к нам обращалась. Ну ладно, узнаем в следующий раз. Все подписывайтесь на канал, на папу,